What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? So that was WWE Backlash tonight. And truth be told, even though this was a very short show, about 2 hours long, this was a good show, very good show. I think all the matches that took place on this show delivered tonight. And just getting right into it, man, talking with the main event, John Cena obviously retaining his WWE title against Randy Orton. And what was the last time that John Cena and Randy Orton are ever going to go at it? This was surprisingly a good one. I was not expecting this match to be that good. But, again, given that it was going to be the last time that they were ever going to go at it, I guess John and Randy had that mentality that they were just going to go all out tonight. There was ref bumps, there was RKOs, there was AAs, there was a missed table spot, an actual table spot. The crowd was hot for this match. It was hot the entire show, considering the fact that this was Orton's hometown. R-Truth coming in, pretty much being trying to help his childhood hero, which ultimately played a part into Cena retaining the title. This was a good one. This was a damn good one. I enjoyed it. And, John Cena, Randy Orton, legends. So the fact that they were able to go out on their shield tonight was very cool to see. But, you get to the rest of the show. You had the Dominic retaining his Intercontinental Championship because of Chad Gable and technically the Judgment Day against Pinto. Match was pretty solid to say the least. Looks like we're gonna get a El Grande, Americano, and Penta match. I don't know if they're gonna do it at the Worlds Collide show in NXT or they just gonna do it on Raw. Well, I guess we'll have to see in the coming weeks how the WWE goes about it with that. But then you had the semi-main event, Gunther and Pat McAfee, which surprisingly enough, this was actually pretty good. I know a lot of people, including me, was expecting this match to be a squash match, but surprisingly enough, Pat McAfee pulled out all the stops. He didn't get the win, obviously, but he pulled out all the stops. Michael Cole, and he said it before. He was gonna be completely biased, and rightfully so. Pat McAfee's his boy. He was gonna support him any chance he got, and he even tried to get involved in the match as we saw, but obviously it didn't mean a damn thing because Gunther retained or won the match. So it was a good one. Pat McAfee, he ain't a wrestler. He's a sports analyst, former football player, and he showed guts tonight because I wouldn't get in that ring against Gunther. You'd have to, unless you paid me like $1,000,000, and it'd have to be like a 5-10 minute match. Lyra and Becky for the Women's Intercontinental Championship was a damn good one, man. Becky and Lyra really put out all the stops here tonight. I was surprised that Becky had lost, though. That was the only prediction I had gotten wrong. Really, I thought Becky was gonna win there, but Lyra put out the stop. I don't think this is the last time Becky and Lyra are obviously going to face each other, but just the fact that Lyra won tonight, really good one, and I just kind of surprised by it. And then, of course, you had the opener of the show. You had the Fatal 4-Way United States title, which I already said in the previews it was going to be the match of the night, and I stand by it. It was indeed the match of the show. It was indeed the match of the night. I think Drew McIntyre had missed he had hit his head on the ground completely when Priest hit him with his finisher. But then, as we saw, one of the big things talked about on this show was the shocking debut of one Jeff Cobb from New Japan. I've covered him a few times on the channel. He's a solid big man, to say the least. His matches that I saw in New Japan were solid, to say the least. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like that I've seen every single big Jeff Cobb match, because I haven't, and I haven't. And he ain't even Samoan, if we're being realistic here. But it looks like, again, they're continuing that tease of moving Jacob Fatu away from Solo. So I guess Solo has found his next or his new Fatu in Jeff Cobb. But overall, man, I got nothing else to say. Backlash, good show. And, yeah.